welcome everybody to this special day, Jessica and Richie's special day. And can I just ask everybody to charge your glasses, make sure you've all got a drink in front of you, please. It could be wine, it could be water, it could be beer. Excellent, well done, you're professional, aren't you? Yeah.
Thank you for that, okay.
Right, okay. So, it's traditional for the father and the bride to start off with how wonderful his daughter is. How she enriched his life, or even how many miles she put on the car over her childhood. Or even how many grey hairs she put on her father's head. But I'm going to break the tradition today. And I'm going to start with talking about Richard. Richard, please don't be nervous. Take a big gulp. Last year, Karen and I were at Richard and Jess's house, and we were sitting in the garden, a very lovely summer's day, very similar to what we've had today. And to set the scene, we were enjoying ourselves. Karen was talking with Richie, I was talking with Jessica. Jessica was trying to persuade me to dig up her patio and relay it. I was having none of it. Teddy was running around. But during that day, what I noticed was Richie was not his normal self. There was a bead of sweat going down Richie's temple. Now, we all know Richie, we all know what a fun-loving young guy he is. So it was unusual. Didn't think anything of it, but it was unusual. And we had a nice afternoon, and we went home. And that evening, I had a text from Richie. Now, it was most welcome, but it was unusual. I don't normally get texts off Richie, as you can imagine. So, I thought to myself, why? And what the text said was, can I ring you? And I thought, why? As he scratched the car, as he spent all of their savings on Southampton United tickets. Or has he lost the dog? So I said, of course, ring me. The phone rings. And I pick the phone up. Hello, Dave. Quite nervously. Hello, Richie, I said. How are you? And I'm thinking to myself, what excuse can I give him to help him out? Right. He clearly needs some help here. And what he said, I was quite shocked at. I'm sure you'll be shocked at as well, knowing the type of man Richie is. And what he said to me was this.
Can I borrow a fiver?
Not quite. What he said was, may I have your permission to marry your daughter Jessica?
Good boy.
Well, I said, of course, we've been trying to get rid of her for years. I said, of course, and we were related. We know Richard and we know what a lovely man he is. We were overjoyed, as you can imagine. Now, in these modern times, this simple mark of respect is a testament to the man he is. And also, it shows what a fine job Adam and Diana have done with raising such a lovely, wonderful man. Round of applause. And that sort of thing goes a long way. Now, I'm going to going to tell you something about Richard that you may or may not know. I didn't know this. Right. In his younger days, and forgive me for turning my page, he was once quite an accomplished gymnast. Now, those of you who are part of his family group, you will know this. I didn't know this. Right. Honing his skills through his youth until injury curtailed any medal hopes, he was not a man that was set back. Now, I've been told that it's not unusual, or it wasn't unusual, for him to perform tumbles and flick-flacks along the length of the bar of the station in Southampton. And by your reaction, I know that people were in awe of what he did. Obviously with a few beers inside him, so I'm sure he wouldn't be doing it sober. And I wouldn't advocate doing anything here tonight, Richie, because you've clearly got to perform tonight. Now, calm down. We're not in Liverpool, calm down.
At the reception.
Now, what I would say is this. This is a skill that is truly going to transfer into married life. Because I know Jessica will have him jumping through hoops. Now, that's the first bit done. Let's talk about Jessica Rosie Cummings. Now, again, some say that Jessica was not born a diva. Some say she was. But what I would say, it was a skill acquired through many years of training. What I would say is Jessica Rosie Cummings is now a beautiful, confident woman who knows her own mind. But like most people, she's had a journey, or I would say more phases in a journey. And let me just share with you the phases that Jessica has gone through as a child and a young woman. Through my eyes, of course, not through hers. She may disagree. Right. Now, we didn't. Jessica had a timid phase. And what I mean by that is, when Jessica and her older sister, Nicola, were quite little, I would quite often have the job of taking them to Whitmore Way Park. And in Whitmore Way Park, you had a set of swings. And then the little baby swings that you put them in and the thing goes down and lock them in. Nicola would go in one swing, Jessica would go in the other swing. Nicola, I couldn't push high enough. She wasn't satisfied unless she went round twice. Jessica, a gust of wind would blow her a millimetre and she would cry. But that was her timid phase. Then we had, excuse me while I just double check this, the gangster rap phase. Where we had Coolio's Gangster Paradise blaring out of every speaker of her bedroom and my car going along the road for all to hear. And not only that, forgive me again while I turn my page, her email address, when she was old enough to have an email address, can you remember what it was, Jessica? She can, and she's got ready. It was Jessica Kickass-Giddings at hotmail.com. Not a good look for a prospective employer. And we persuaded her to change that quite quickly. But what I didn't realise is how revolutionary Jessica was when she was a child. And you'll be amazed by this. In a time now where, or in a time then where nobody heard of gender neutral, people identifying as a tree. You may laugh, but Jessica identified as a Dalmatian. Now, as parents, we were quite worried about this, but it's actually not our fault. It was Walt Disney's fault. Now, Jessica had the spotted sheets, spotted shoes, spotted clothes, and even a toy dog called Patch. No, she had a dog called Patch. So, meal times were obviously interesting, but you know, she weren't allowed to wear the floor. But looking at the lack of spots on her wedding dress, she's clearly got over that. And I think, what a beautiful young lady she's turned into. Yeah, and I think obviously Richard's helped to get over that phrase. Now what I would say is, Richie and Jessica have both walked a journey to find you both here today. And it's your love for each other that's got you here. Now, my wife Karen once said to me, Dave, you probably get on my nerves. What she said was, you're not perfect, which I find hard to believe, but you're perfect for me. And there lies the thing. You don't need to be perfect for each other. And as long as you remember that, you will have a long-lasting, loving marriage. Now, can I ask you all please to raise your glass, and if I can grab one as well, can I have one please? Yeah, that'll do, thank you. Could you all please raise a glass to celebrate the marriage of Mr. and Mrs. Richie and Jessica Rosie Cummins. And a round of applause please.